You saw the wickedness of man. I knew you would not look away.
Emma,
Yes.
let's chat. This movie is a monumental, monolithic, epic extravaganza.
It's true.
So I guess I want to know, it's obviously very religious, and religious groups are going to watch the film. What do you think that they're going to think about the movie?
It's interesting. I think they already think a lot about it without having seen it. And I would just say, just see it, and then form your own opinion, talk about it, discuss it. It's been made by someone who was very respectful of the task, who really has tried to be very sensitive, very inclusive, and, the story is not a literal word-for-word adaptation of those 2 pages that are in the Bible, but it is true to the spirit, it is true to the themes. I just think that it's got some really great stuff in there, and people should give it a chance before they judge.
Well, I think what religious groups are finding who have seen it so far, reactions we've heard are, have been very supportive, that the values they expect to see are in fact reflected in the movie, and that while it is very bold, while it is sometimes surprising, it is very, creative, it's very much in keeping with the story as it was in the Bible.
We have to save the innocent. Did you really think you could protect yourself from me? It's not protection from you.
This ray is meant to wash us off the face of this world. No! You want me to stay a child? No!
I'm asking you to be a man.
The main theme that I got was sacrifice, obviously.
Yeah.
And it made me think about sacrifices that I've made in my own life. Did it make you think of that, or what were some sacrifices maybe recently that you've made in your own life?
Gosh.
I get deep here, Emma.
Yeah, you really do. Whew. What are some sacrifices that I've made in my own life? Well, I guess, when I started working young, and, you can't make the sleepover, you can't make whatever it is, because I had a different set of responsibilities to most people my age, and, I had responsibilities, but it also meant that I got to be part of something incredible, and I wouldn't change it for the world. But I had to make sacrifices. I did, yeah.
I've had a great life. Given up a few things, had my conflicts, my battles, but reach a point in your life when you realize it's wiser to just go along and accept life on its own terms, stop fighting it, stop quarreling and making trouble, and enjoy it. And when you're younger, you want to start trouble, you want to battle, because that's the way to survival. But I figured out something, that when we shout and scream and want this and that, our sense of entitlement, that's a shred of our own childhood, because a child is born and then wants it's being cried and made a fuss of and be fed and cleaned and all that. But when we take that into our adult lives and act that out, then we're in big trouble. And that's the Ray Winston character. I want to, and he gets in trouble, he's ripped apart. Because there's a point in life where if there is a date, it says grow up. It says grow up. You got to leave home, you got to leave mommy and daddy. And if you don't, you're in big trouble. So you see that in families today. You see that's why there's such a mess in the world. So let's say Tony was going to have his own ark. What would you make sure was on that ark, and what would you leave off the ark? Cats. Anything. I love reptiles. I love all animals. I love reptiles. I love snakes. They don't scare you? No. Beautiful creatures. Why should they scare you? I don't know. I used to have anacrophobia years ago, and then on the film I asked somebody if I could see a tarantula, and they put it on my head. I thought, oh, this is great. No, they're all beautiful creatures. And I respect animals. I wish we had more respect for them than we do. What would I have? That would be it. I take my wife with me. What else? A couple of books. That's it. Your Oscar? No. Leave the Oscar at home. Leave that at home, yeah.
Emma's ark would have baked beans. It would have my cats, Finian and Sammy. It would have my family and my friends. It would have House of Cards. It would have, how am I doing? Am I painting a
What would
picture?
you leave behind?
Doesn't my arc sound amazing? When you want to
I'll
be
go
on
to
my
your arc
arc?
anytime you want.
Yeah.
What would you
Cool.
leave behind?
Oh, traffic. People who interrupt songs on the radio.
Paparazzi?
Paparazzi. Negativity. Bad manners. Yeah.
So, I'm like so on board with your arc right now.
Great! maybe I should start Emma's arc.
That's
Yeah.
could be a show. Just wrapping up a little bit. Obviously, your fans obviously know you from that other those little movies you were in.
Yeah.
And now you play a mom in this film. So I guess for you coming out, you've been years out of Harry Potter, but coming out of that mold, do you feel now a little bit like that was way back when, and now people are going to see me as a mother? Is it freeing for you?
Yeah, it is very freeing. I guess, in this film people will really see me make that transition from girl into woman, and I think it was a very freeing experience. Just working with Darren and working on such interesting material and getting to do something so different.
Do you ever get on the phone, call David Bowie, and sing Labyrinth songs together?
I wish I did.
Do you remember
that would be
those songs?
so great. Of course I remember the songs. They're great songs. Very, very memorable. I'm sorry to say I do not.
Do you still, because it's one of my favorite childhood movies. Is it still interesting to you that movie is still this kind of iconic, reminds you of childhood, having been in it yourself?
I feel like there's something really special about it. We don't really make, they're amazing kids' movies these days. I see a lot of them having 3 kids, but that was sort of the end of an era, the way we made that movie, Very limited green screen work or, sort of post-production work. It was very much, a lot of practical things that were done. The sets, the puppets, the way they're all done. It was kind of a movie from another time, like the last of its time, So I think it's kind of special.
Thank you so much. You haven't aged since that movie, by the way. Just
The choice was put in your hands for a reason.
My time is done.
Noah, in theaters and IMAX, March 28th.